An Oceania/Pacific Islands Government Non-Profit Organization Guide by Country. Chapter 1. A list of Oceania/Pacific Islands Government Non-Profit Professional Addresses and Websites by Country. American Samoa Government Non-Profit Professional Addresses and Websites. American Samoa Chamber of Commerce. POG 2446 96799 Pago Pago. American Samoa. 684-699-6214. 684-633-5583. Fax, 684-699-6214 684-633-5583. asgdoc@amsamoa.com. chamber@samoatelco.com. amsamoa.com. ANZ Banking Group Ltd. POG 3790 Pago Pago. 96,799 American Samoa. Fax, 684-633-5057. anz.com. ASPA, American Samoa Environmental Protection Agency. American Samoa Government. Executive Office Building, Uchole Pago Pago 96,799 American Samoa. 684-633-2304. Fax, 684-633-5801. Government.as. Department of Administrative Services. American Samoa. Government, Executive Office Building, Uchole Pago. Pago 96,799 American Samoa. 684-633-4158. Fax, 684-633-1841. Government.as. Department of Agriculture. American Samoa. Government, Executive Office Building, Uchole Pago Pago 96,799. American Samoa. 684-699-1497. Fax, 684-699-4031. Government.as. Department of Commerce. Executive Office Building. 2nd floor Uchole 96,799 American Samoa. 684-633-5155. Fax, 684-633-4195. asgdoc@amsamoa.com. amsamoa.com. Department of Education. American Samoa. 684-633-5237. Fax, 684-633-4240. Government.as. Department of Health. American Samoa Government. Executive Office Building, Uchole Pago Pago 96,799 American Samoa. 684-633-4606. Fax, 684-633-5379. Government.as. Department of Human and Social Services. American Samoa Government, Executive Office Building, Uchole Pago Pago 96,799 American Samoa. 684-633-1187. Fax, 684-633-7449. Government.as. Department of Human Resources. American Samoa. Government, Executive Office Building, Uchole Pago Pago. 96,799 American Samoa. 684-633-4485. Fax, 684-633-1139. Government.as. Department of Legal Affairs. American Samoa. Government, Executive Office Building, Uchole Pago Pago 96,799. American Samoa. 684-633-4163. Fax, 684-633-1838. Government.as. Department of Marine and Wildlife Resources. American Samoa Government, Executive Office Building. Uchole Pago Pago 96,799 American Samoa. 684-633-4456. Fax, 684-633-5590. Government.as. Department of Parks and Recreation. American Samoa. Government, Executive Office Building, Uchole Pago. Pago 96,799 American Samoa. 684-699-9614. Fax, 684-699-4427. Government.as. Department of Treasury. American Samoa Government. Executive Office Building, Uchole Pago Pago 96,799. American Samoa. 684-633-4155. Fax, 684-633-4100. Government.as. Department of Youth and Women's Affairs. American Samoa Government, Executive Office Building, Uchole Pago Pago 96,799 American Samoa. 684-633-2835. Fax, 684-633-2875. Government.as. Australia Government Non-Profit Professional Addresses and Websites. Adjust Australia. POB 170 Croydon NSW 2132 Australia. 61-2-9745-9727. Fax, 61-2-9745-9770. Mail at ajusteaustralia.com. ajusteaustralia.com. AACF, Australian Aid for Cambodia Fund. 481 Heidelberg Road. Fairfield Vic 3078 Australia. 61-3-9489-6240. Fax, 61-3-9489-6240. Info at aacf.ws. aacf.ws. AAI, Australian Aid International Ltd. POB 6086, St Kilda Road, Melbourne, Victoria, 3004 Australia. Street address 7/197 Bay Street, Brighton, Victoria, 3004 Australia. 61-3-8625-0005. Fax, 61-3-8625-0005. Info at aai.org.au. aai.org.au. AAP, Assisi Aid Projects. POG 298 Strathfield Say Victoria. 3551 Australia. 61-3-5439-3161. Fax, 61-3-5439-3161. Assisi at assisi.org.au. assisi.org.au. AAS, Australian Academy of Science. GPOB 783 Canberra. Act 2601 Australia. Ian Potter House. Gordon Street, Canberra. Act 2600 Australia. 61-2-6247-5777. Fax, 61-2-6257-4620. AAS at science.org.au. science.org.au. ABA, Australian Bankers Association. Level 3, 56 Pitt Street. Sydney NSW 2000 Australia. 61-2-8298-0417. Fax, 61-2-8298-0402. Reception at bankers.asn.au. bankers.asn.au. Abacus, Australian Mutuals. GPOB 4720 Sydney NSW 2001. Australia. Level 1, 1, Margaret Street, Sydney. NSW 2000 Australia. Fax, 61-2-8299-9607. info@abacus.org.au. abacus.org.au. ABARE, Australian Bureau of Agricultural and Resource Economics. GPOB 1563 Canberra Act 2601. Australia. The Edmund Barton Building, Core 6, corner of Broughton and Macquarie STS Barton, Canberra. Act Australia. 61-2-6272-2000. Fax, 61-2-6272-2001. abareconomics.com. abare.gov.au. ABF, Australian Blindness Forum. C/O National Disability Services, Locked Bag 3002 Deakin West Act 2600 Australia. 61-2-6283-3214. Fax, 61-2-6281-3488. nds@nds.org.au. australianblindnessforum.org.au. ABL, Australian Business Limited. ABL Locked Bag 938 North. Sydney 2059 Australia. Australian Business Centre, 140 Arthur Street North Sydney NSW 2060 Australia. abol.net. ABM, Anglican Board of Mission. Level 6, 51 Druitt Street. Sydney NSW 2000 Australia. 61-2-9264-1021. Fax, 61-2-9261-3560. development@abm.asn.au. info@abm.asn.au. Admission.org. ABS, Australian Bureau of Statistics. POG 10 Belconnen. Act 2616 Australia. ABS House, 45 Benjamin Way Belconnen Act 2617 Australia. 61-2-9268-4909. client.services@abs.gov.au. abs.gov.au. ACA, Australian Consumers Association. 57 Carrington Road. Marrickville NSW 2204 Australia. 61-2-9577-3399. Fax, 61-2-9577-3377. ausconsumer@choice.com.au. choice.com.au. ACCC, Australian Competition and Consumer Commission. GPOB 3131 Canberra Act 2601 Australia. Address, 23 Marcus Clark Street Canberra Act 2601 Australia. 61-2-6243-1111. Fax, 61-2-6243-1199. webteam@accc.gov.au. accc.gov.au. ACCI, Australian Chamber of Commerce and Industry. POB. E14 Kingston Canberra Act 2604 Australia. Street address. Commerce House, 24 Brisbane Avenue Barton Canberra Act 2600 Australia. 61-2-6273-2311. Fax, 61-2-6273-3286. acci@acci.asn.au. acci.asn.au. ACOM, Australian Churches of Christ Overseas Mission Board Inc. 33 Sturt Street Adelaide 5000. Australia. 61-8-8212-4446. Fax, 61-8-8212-6388. omb@omb.org.au. omb.org.au. Oceania. Act Region Chamber of Commerce and Industry. epub 192. Deakin West Act 2600 Australia. Street address. Confederation of Act Industry, 128 Iger Court Deakin Act 2600 Australia. 61-2-6283-5200. Fax, 61-2-6283-5045. Chamber at actchamber.com.au. actchamber.com.au. ActionAid International. 159 Cranbourne Road, Narwarren. Vic 3805 Australia. 61-3-9239-4519. Fax, 61-3-9239-4444. ActionAid.org. ACTU, Australian Council of Trade Unions. Level 2, 393. Swanston Street, Melbourne, Vic 3000 Australia. 61-3-9663-5266. Fax, 61-3-9663-4051. Mailbox at actu.asn.au. actu.asn.au. ACUN, Australian Credit Union Network. Cuscal, Credit Union Services Corporation Limited, 51 Druitt. St Sydney, NSW 2000 Australia. 61-2-9333-7777. Fax, 61-2-9333-7677. ACUN feedback at cuscal.com.au. cu.net.au. cuscal.com.au, Cuscal, Credit Union Services Corporation Ltd. ADDC, Australian Disability and Development Consortium. Australia. 61-3-8843-4587. Info at adc.org.au. adc.org.au. ADG, Australian Development Gateway. Australia. developmentgateway.com.au. ADI, ANUTech Development International. ANU, Australian. National University, GPOB4, ANU Canberra Act 2601. Australia. ANUTech Court, corner of Berry Drive and North Road, Canberra Act 2601 Australia. 61-2-6125-3811. Fax, 61-2-6125-5875. Consult at anutech.com.au. anutech.com.au. 203.10.57.9. ADRA, Adventist Development and Relief Agency International. epub 129 Warringah NSW 2076. Australia. 146 Fox Valley Road, Warringah NSW 2076 Australia. 61-2-9489-5488. Fax, 61-2-9489-7790. adra.info at adra.org.au. adra.org.au. AEA, African Enterprise Australia. 2G/5 Byfield Street, Macquarie Park. NSW 2113 Australia. 61-2-9889-1799. Fax, 61-2-9889-1733. AE at africanenterprise.com.au. africanenterprise.com.au. AEI, Australian Ethical Investment Ltd. Canberra Business Centre, Bradfield St Downer Act 2602 Australia. 61-2-6242-1988. Fax, 61-2-6242-1987. Centre at austethical.com.au. austethical.com.au. eShareNet, Australian Educational Sharing Network. 51. Wentworth Road, Strathfield, NSW 2135, Australia. 61-2-9715-8982. Fax, 61-2-9715-8969. info@aesharenet.com.au. aesharenet.com.au. AEU, Australian Education Union. POB 1158 South. Melbourne, Vic 3206, Australia. 61-3-9254-1800. Fax, 61-3-9254-1805. AEU@aeufederal.org.au. aeufederal.org.au. AFAO, Australian Federation of AIDS Organisations. POB 51. Newtown, NSW 2042, Australia. Street address: Level 1, 222, King St Newtown, NSW 2042, Australia. 61-2-9557-9399. Fax, 61-2-9557-9867. afao.org.au. AFAP, Australian Foundation for the Peoples of Asia and the Pacific. POB 12 Crow's Nest, NSW 2065. Australia. 536 Pacific Highway, St Leonards, NSW 2065, Australia. 61-2-99063792. Fax, 61-2-9436-4637. info@afap.org. afap.org. AFBC, Australia Fiji Business Council. POB 422 Wynyam. QLD 4178, Australia. 61-73348-5142. Fax, 61-73348-5172. info@afbc.org.au. afbc.org.au. AIFS, Australian Institute of Family Studies. Level 20, 485 Law. Trope Street, Melbourne, Vic 3000, Australia. 61-3-9214-7888. Fax, 61-3-9214-7839. Library at afs.gov.au. afs.org.au. AIG, Australian Industry Group. POB 289 North Sydney. NSW 2059, Australia. 51 Walker Street North. Sydney, NSW 2060, Australia. 61-2-9466-5566. Fax, 61-2-9466-5599. helpdesk@aigroup.asn.au. aigroup.asn.au. AIHW, Australian Institute of Health and Welfare. GPOB 570. Canberra Act 2601, Australia. 6A. Treger Court, Fernhill Park, Bruce Act, Australia. 61-2-6244-1000. Fax, 61-2-6244-1299. info@aihw.gov.au. aihw.gov.au. AILC, Australian Indigenous Leadership Centre. AIOTCS, GPOB 553, Canberra 2601, Australia. 61-2-6246-1170. Fax, 61-2-6249-7714. ALC@aiatesis.gov.au. aiatesis.gov.au/ALC. AIM, Australian Institute of Management. POB 112 St Kilda. Vic 3182, Australia. 181 Fitzroy Street. St Kilda, Vic 3182, Australia. 61-3-9534-8181. Fax, 61-3-9534-5050. Inquiry at aim.com.au. aim.com.au. AIM International, Africa Inland Mission. POG 270 Belmont. NSW 2280 Australia. 61-2-4357-2211. AIMint.org. AIRC, Australian Industrial Relations Commission. Australian Industrial Registry, Level 8, Terrace Towers 80. William Street, East Sydney, NSW 2011 Australia. 61-2-8374-6666. Fax, 61-2-9380-6990. aircinfo at airc.gov.au. Sydney at air.gov.au. airc.gov.au. AITD, Australian Institute of Training and Development. POD 5452 West Chatswood, NSW 1515 Australia. Street address: Suite 201B/9 Spring Street, West Chatswood, NSW 1515 Australia. 61-2-9419-4966. Fax, 61-2-9419-4142. National at 8d.com.au. 8d.com.au. AJS, Australian Job Search. Australia. AJS at duar.gov.au. jobsearch.gov.au. ALGA, Australian Local Government Association. 8 Giles Court. Deakin Act 2600 Australia. 61-2-6122-9400. Fax, 61-2-6122-9401. ALGA at alga.com.au. alga.com.au. ALHR, Australian Lawyers for Human Rights. POB A147. Sydney South, NSW 1235 Australia. 61-4-0808-8024. Fax, 61-2-9399-6154. ALHR at alhr.asn.au. alhr.asn.au. ALRI, Australian Legal Resources International. POB A975. Sydney South, NSW 123 Australia. Street address: Darlinghurst Courts Complex, Taylor Square, Darlinghurst, NSW Australia. 61-2-9368-2958. Fax, 61-2-9368-2953. ALRI at alri.org.au. alri.org.au. ALWS, Australian Lutheran World Service. POB 488 Albury. NSW 2640 Australia. 61-2-6021-5329. Fax, 61-2-6021-4504. ALWS at albury.net.au. lca.org.au/ALWS. ANAO, Australian National Audit Office. GPOB 707. Canberra Act 2601 Australia. 61-2-6203-7300. Fax, 61-2-6203-7777. Webmaster at anao.gov.au. anao.gov.au. Anglicare South Australia. POB 427 Parramatta, NSW 2124 Australia. 16 Park Street, Parramatta, NSW 2150 Australia. 61-2-9895-8000. Fax, 61-2-9633-4620. Admin at anglicare.org.au. anglicare.org.au. Anglicord. 1A Canterbury RD. Camberwell Vic 3124 Australia. 61-3-9882-6517. Fax, 61-3-9882-9263. Anglicord@anglicord.org.au. anglicord.org.au. ARHA, Australian Reproductive Health Alliance. POB 41. Deakin West Act 2600 Australia. 61-2-6282-8922. Fax, 61-2-6282-8933. arha@arha.org.au. arha.org.au. Arms, Australian Relief and Mercy Services. 1 Kent Road, Surrey. Hills Vic 3127 Australia. 61-3-9831-2400. Fax, 61-3-9836-9231. info@arms.org.au. arms.org.au. Arrow, Aging Research Online. C/O Australian Institute of Health and Welfare, GPOB 570 Canberra Act 2601 Australia. 61-2-6244-1051. Fax, 61-2-6244-1199. Site admin@arrow.gov.au. aro.gov.au. ASFA, Association of Superannuation Funds of Australia. Level 19, 133 Castlereagh Street, Sydney, NSW 2000. Australia. 61-2-9264-9300. Fax, 61-2-9264-8824. edtrain@superannuation.asn.au. superannuation.asn.au. ASIAC, Australian Society for Intercountry Aid Children. POB 59 Pymble, NSW 2073 Australia. 61-2-9880-7556. aid@asiac.org.au. asiac.org.au. Asian Aid. POB 333 Wauchope, NSW 2446 Australia. 61-2-6587-6196. Fax, 61-2-6587-6000. Contacts at oceaniaid.org.au. oceaniaid.org.au. ASIC, Australian Securities and Investments Commission. POB 4000, Gippsland Mail Centre, Traralgon Vic. 3841 Australia. Ground floor. 14-22 Grey Street, Traralgon, Victoria 3844 Australia. 61-3-5177-3988. Fax, 61-3-5177-3999. infoline@asc.gov.au. asc.gov.au. Azaraf, Archbishop of Sydney's Overseas Relief and Aid Fund. 18 Park Street, Parramatta, NSW Australia. 61-2-9895-8077. Fax, 61-2-9633-4384. Inquiries at archbishopsappeals.asn.au. archbishopsappeals.asn.au. ATA, Alternative Technology Association. POB 2001 Legon. St. North Brunswick, East Vic 3057 Australia. Address, Series, 8 Lee St. Brunswick, East Vic 3057 Australia. 61-3-9388-9311. Fax, 61-3-9388-9322. ata@ata.org.au. ata.org.au. Publication, Renew Quarterly Magazine. ATC, Australia Tibet Council. POG 1236 Potts Point NSW 2011 Australia 61-2-9283-3466 Fax 61-2-9283-3846 Tibet Council at atc.org.au atc.org.au ATO, Australian Taxation Office Australia ato.gov.au ATSIC, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander Commission POB 17 Woden Act 2606 Australia Address, Lovett Tower Woden Act 2606 Australia 61-2-6121-4000 atsic.gov.au AUSAID, Australian Agency for International Development GPOB 887 Canberra Act 2601 Australia Street address 255 London Circuit, and 20 Alara Street Canberra City Act Australia 61-2-6206-4000 Fax 61-2-6206-4880 Info a USAID at usaid.gov.au usaid.gov.au AUS Industry GPOB 9839 Sydney NSW 2001 Australia New South Wales, Level 17, Maritime Centre, 207 Kent Street Sydney NSW 2000 Australia 61-2-9226-6000 Fax 61-2-9226-6002 Webmaster at ausindustry.gov.au ANSW at industry.gov.au ausindustry.gov.au Austcare, Australians caring for refugees Locked Bag 15 Camperdown NSW 1450 Australia 61-2-9565-9111 Fax 61-2-9550-4509 Info at austcare.org.au austcare.org.au Ostender, Australian Government Tender System C/ONOIE National Office for the Information Economy Australia 61-2-6271-1558 Tenders at noie.gov.au Tenders.gov.au AVWA, Australian Vietnamese Women's Welfare Association POG 1301 Richmond Vic 3121 Australia 61-3-9428-9078 Fax 61-3-9428-9079 Info at avwwa.com avwwa.com AWF, Architects Without Frontiers 26 Royal PDE Caulfield South 3162 Victoria, Australia 61-3-9533-0585 Fax 61-3-9533-0586 AWF at architectswithoutfrontiers.com.au architectswithoutfrontiers.com.au AWT, Australians Working Together Australia together.gov.au AYAD, Australian Youth Ambassadors for Development Austraining International, Level 1, 41D Kettleville Terrace Kent Town SA 5067 Australia 61-8-8331-8900 Fax 61-8-8331-8944 Info at iad.com.au iad.com.au Barefoot Power POB 13339, Law Courts Post Office Melbourne, Victoria, 8010 Australia Info at barefootpower.com barefootpower.com BCA, Blind Citizens Australia. Ross House, 247 to 251 Flinders Lane, Melbourne, Victoria 3000 Australia. 61-3-9654-1400. Fax, 61-3-9650-3200. bca@bca.org.au. bca.org.au. BCA, Business Council of Australia. GPOB 1472 Melbourne, Vic 3001. Australia. Level 42, 120 Collins Street, Melbourne, Vic 3000 Australia. 61-3-8664-2664. Fax, 61-3-8664-2666. info@bca.com.au. bca.com.au. BEA, Business Excellence Australia. GPOB 5420 Sydney, NSW 2000 Australia. 286 Sussex Street, Sydney, NSW 2000 Australia. info@businessexcellenceaustralia.com.au. businessexcellenceaustralia.com.au. Formerly AQC, Australian Quality Council. Benevolent Society. POB 171 Paddington, NSW 2021. Australia. Level 1, 188 Oxford Street, Paddington, NSW. 2021 Australia. 61-2-9339-8000. Fax, 61-2-9360-2319. Mail ben@benzoc.org.au. benzoc.org.au. BEP, Business Entry Point. Australia. support@business.gov.au. business.gov.au. BFSO, Banking and Financial Services Ombudsman Limited. GPOB 3 Melbourne, Vic 3000 Australia. 61-3-9613-7333. Fax, 61-3-9613-7345. webadmin@bfso.org.au. bfso.org.au. Brotherhood of St. Lawrence. 67 Brunswick Street, Fitzroy, Vic. 3065 Australia. 61-3-9483-1183. Fax, 61-3-9417-2691. info@bsl.org.au. bsl.org.au. Burnett Institute. GPOB 2284 Melbourne, Vic 3001 Australia. AMRAP, Alfred Medical Research and Education. Precinct, 85 Commercial Road, Melbourne, Victoria 3004 Australia. 61-3-9282-2111. Fax, 61-3-9282-2100. info@burnett.edu.au. burnett.edu.au. CIH, Centre for International Health. Business Angels Australia. POB 631 Armadale, Vic 3143 Australia. 61-3-9826-6800. Fax, 61-3-9826-8799. businessangels.com.au. BWAA, Baptist World Aid Australia. Locked Bag 122 French's Forest, NSW. 2086 Australia. 61-2-9451-1199. Fax, 61-2-9452-4720. general@baptistworldaid.org.au. sharonopportunity.org. CAF, Charities Aid Foundation. Locked Bag 962 North Sydney, NSW 2059 Australia. Suite 311, 282 Victoria Avenue, Chatswood, NSW 2067 Australia. 61-2-9929-9633. Fax, 61-2-9929-9588. CAF@cafaustralia.org. cafonline.org. CIBM, Centre for Innovation, Business and Manufacturing. 145. South Terrace, Adelaide, SA 5000 Australia. 61-8-8463-3800. Fax, 61-8-8463-3840. CIBM info@state.sa.gov.au. cibm.sa.gov.au. Clean Energy Council. Suite 201, 18 Kavanaugh Street, South Bank, Vic 3006 Australia. 61-3-9929-4100. Fax, 61-3-9929-4101. info@cleanenergycouncil.org.au. cleanenergycouncil.org.au. Clean Technology Australasia Thai Ltd. epub 1790 Melbourne, Victoria, 3001 Australia. Level 8, 350. Collins Street, Melbourne, 3000 Australia. 61-3-8676-0635. Fax, 61-3-9754-5935. cleantechnology.com.au. Clean Up the World. 18 Bridge Road, Glebe, NSW 2037 Australia. 61-2-9692-0700. Fax, 61-2-9692-0761. info@cleanuptheworld.org. cleanuptheworld.org. Netoyans Later. CMI Aid, Christian Mission International Aid. epub 707. Epping, NSW 1710 Australia. 61-2-9651-6477. Fax, 61-2-9870-7488. office@cmiaid.org. cmioffice@cmiaid.org. cmiaid.org. CNEC, Christian Nationals Evangelism Council/Partners International. epub 67, Croydon Park, NSW 2133 Australia. 35A Badminton Road, Croydon, NSW Australia. 61-2-9745-2840. Fax, 61-2-9744-3496. cnec@cnicb.com. cnicb.com. coasdalmanagement.com. Cotslow Coast, Perth, Australia. coasdalmanagement.com. Coffee International Development. Level 2, 70 Hindmarsh Square, Adelaide, SA 5000 Australia. 61-8-8418-1500. Fax, 61-8-8224-0453. International Development at coffee.com. coffee.com. Coffee MPW. epub 1986 Canberra Act 2601 Australia. Unit 254 Northbourne Avenue, Canberra Act 2601 Australia. 61-2-6248-7366. Fax, 61-2-6248-7157. Canberra@coffeempw.com.au. coffeempw.com.au. Commonwealth Ombudsman. GPOB 442 Canberra Act 2601. Australia. Level 6, 1, Farrell Place, Canberra. City Act 2600 Australia. 61-2-6276-0111. Fax, 61-2-6249-7829. Ombudsman@ombudsman.gov.au. com.gov.au. Compassion Australia. Box 1, Hunter Region Mail Centre NSW 2310. Australia. 61-2-4935-5000. Fax, 61-2-4935-5099. compassion@compassion.com.au. compassion.com.au. Coptic Orphans. epub 49 Bexley NSW 2207 Australia. 61-2-9597-7630. Fax, 61-2-9597-6475. info@copticorphans.org. copticorphans.org. Counterpart International. C/OAFAP, Australian Foundation of the Peoples of Asia and the Pacific, POG 12 Crow's Nest. NSW 2065 Australia. 61-2-99063792. Fax, 61-2-9436-4637. afsb@mpx.com.au. Counterpart.org. CPA Australia. Level 28, 385, Bourke Street, Melbourne, Victoria 3000. Australia. 61-3-9606-9606. Fax, 61-3-9670-2079. mail@cpaaustralia.com.au. cpaonline.com.au. CRCA, Cooperative Research Centres Association. Engineering. House, 11 National Circuit, Barton Act 2600. Australia. 61-2-6270-6524. Fax, 61-2-6273-1218. crca@crca.asn.au. crca.asn.au. Crossroads Foundation. POB 152 Warringah NSW 2076. Australia. 61-2-9144-5709. Fax, 61-2-9144-5709. crossroadsint@bigpond.com. crossroads.org.hk. Department of Immigration and Multicultural and Indigenous Affairs. POG 25 Belconnen Act 2616. Australia. Benjamin Offices and North Building, Chan Street, Belconnen Act, Australia. 61-2-6264-1111. Fax, 61-2-6264-2747. Internet at immi.gov.au. immi.gov.au. Department of Industry, Tourism and Resources. GPOB 9839. Canberra Act 2601 Australia. 20. Alara Street, Canberra Act 2601 Australia. 61-2-6213-6000. Fax, 61-2-6213-7000. Inquiries at industry.gov.au. industry.gov.au. Department of the Environment and Heritage. GPOB 787. Canberra Act 2601 Australia. John Gordon Building, King Edward Terrace Parks Act 2600 Australia. 61-2-6274-1111. Fax, 61-2-6274-1666. ea.gov.au. Department of the Environment and Heritage, Environment Portal. GPO 787 Canberra Act 2600 Australia. 61-2-6274-1111. Fax, 61-2-6274-1666. environment.gov.au. Department of the Treasury. Langton Crescent Parks Act 2600. Australia. 61-2-6263-2111. Fax, 61-2-6273-2614. Department at treasury.gov.au. treasury.gov.au. Disability Australia Ltd. Unit 4, 65, York Street, Richmond. Victoria 3121 Australia. 61-3-9429-4210. Fax, 61-3-9201-9499. Dalsh, Daughters of Our Lady of the Sacred Heart Overseas Aid Fund. 2 Kensington Road, Kensington. NSW Australia. 61-2-9663-3599. Fax, 61-2-9662-8149. Secretary at olshsrs-provhouse.org.au. DSF, Dusseldorp Skills Forum Incorporated, World Skills. 1 Glebe Street. Glebe, NSW 2037 Australia. 61-2-9571-8347. Fax, 61-2-9571-9703. Info at dsf.org.au. dsf.org.au. worldskills.com/. worldskills.org/. dsf.org.au/mentor, Mentoring Australia /National Mentoring Association of Australia. DWM, Divine Word Missionaries Inc. 199, Epping Road, Epping. NSW 2121 Australia. 61-2-9868-2666. Fax, 61-2-9868-1010. Info at divineword.org.au. divineword.org.au. earthchampions.com, Action for a Better World. Australia. earthchampions.com. ECPAT Australia. POB 451 South Melbourne, Vic 3205 Australia. Level 4, 79 to 81 Palmerston Crescent, South Melbourne, Vic. Australia. 61-3-9645-8911. Fax, 61-3-9645-8922. ecpat@ecpat.org. ecpat.org. Childwise.net, Childwise. EDA Overseas Development Trust. 38, High Street, Randwick. NSW Australia. 61-2-9314-6213. Fax, 61-2-9399-8172. EDA Trust at ozemail.com.au. Edna Online, Education Network Australia. Australia. edna.edu.au. Education Australia. GPOB 2006 Canberra Act 2601 Australia. 1 Giles Court Deakin Act 2600 Australia. 61-2-6285-8222. Fax, 61-2-6285-3036. Info at idp.com. idp.edu.au. idp.com. Education.au Limited. 178, Fullerton Road, Dulwich, SA 5065. Australia. 61-8-8334-3210. Fax, 61-8-8334-3211. Ask10a at edna.edu.au. educationo.edu.au. EFIC, Export Finance and Insurance Corporation. Level 5. Export House, 22 Pitt Street, Sydney, NSW 2000 Australia. 61-2-9201-2111. Fax, 61-2-9251-3851. Info at efic.gov.au. efic.gov.au. FMU, Franciscan Missionary Union. POB 93 Waverley NSW. 2024 Australia. 61-2-9387-2689. Fax, 61-2-9389-4067. FMU@franciscans.org.au. franciscans.org.au. FO, Friends of the Earth. POB 222 Fitzroy Vic 3065. Australia. 312 Smith Street Collingwood Vic Australia. 61-3-9419-8700. Fax, 61-3-9416-2081. fo@fo.org.au. foe.org.au. Food Bank Australia Ltd. 152 Newton Road Wetherill Park NSW. 2164 Australia. 61-2-9756-3099. Fax, 61-2-9757-3944. Foodbank.com.au. FPA, Financial Planning Association of Australia Ltd. Level 12. 379 Collins Street Melbourne Victoria 3000. Australia. 61-3-9627-5299. Fax, 61-3-9614-1912. fpa@fpa.asn.au. fpa.asn.au. FRC, Financial Reporting Council. C/O The Treasury. Corporations and Financial Services Division, Langton Crescent. Canberra Act 2600 Australia. 61-2-6263-3144. Fax, 61-2-6263-2770. FRC Secretary at treasury.gov.au. frc.gov.au. FSANZ, Food Standards Australia New Zealand. POB 7186. Canberra BC Act 2610 Australia. Street address. Boeing House, 55 Blackall Street Barton Act 2600 Australia. 61-2-6271-2222. Fax, 61-2-6271-2278. info@foodstandards.gov.au. foodstandards.gov.au. FTA, Finance and Treasury Association. Level 5, 22 William Street Melbourne Vic 3000 Australia. 61-3-9616-0200. Fax, 61-3-9629-7881. info@fta.asn.au. fta.asn.au. FTANZ, Fair Trade Association of Australia and New Zealand. POB 306 Flinders Lane Po Vic 8009. Australia. 61-3-9662-2919. Fax, 61-3-9663-3482. aust@fta.org.au. nz@fta.org.nz. fta.org.au. fta.org.nz. FTH, Feed the Hungry. POB 168 Liverpool NSW 1871. Australia. 61-2-9600-8551. Fax, 61-2-9600-9229. office@feedthehungryaustralia.org. info@feedthehungryaustralia.org. feedthehungryaustralia.org. Fulbright Australia. POB 9541 Deakin Act 2600 Australia. Level 1, 6 Napier Close Deakin Act 2600 Australia. 61-2-6260-4460. Fax, 61-2-6260-4461. Fulbright at fulbright.com.au. Fulbright.com.au. FWPRDC, Forest and Wood Products Research and Development Corporation. epub 69, World Trade Centre Melbourne Vic 8005 Australia. Suites 607, 609, Level 6, Yarra Tower, World Trade Centre Melbourne Vic 3005 Australia. 61-3-9614-7544. Fax, 61-3-9614-6822. fwprdc.org.au. FYA, Foundation for Young Australians. GPOB 239. Melbourne Vic 3001 Australia. 21-27 Somerset Place Melbourne Victoria 3000 Australia. 61-3-9670-5436. info@fya.org.au. fya.org.au. GA, Geoscience Australia. GPOB 378 Canberra Act 2601 Australia. CNR Jarabomera Ave and Hindmarsh Drive Simonstone. Act 2609 Australia. 61-2-6249-9111. Fax, 61-2-6249-9999. ga.gov.au. GEC, Global Education Centre, NADAC, National Association of Development. Education Centres. First floor, Torrens Building, 220 Victoria Square Adelaide 5000 Australia. 61-8-8221-6744. Fax, 61-8-8221-6755. JXA at Global Education. asn.au. global-education.asn.au. Give well. epub 175 Evans Head NSW 2473 Australia. Shop 439 Woodburn St Evans Head NSW 2473 Australia. 61-2-6682-5460. Fax, 61-2-6682-4830. Givewell at iprimus.com.au. Givewell.com.au. HRCA, Human Rights Council of Australia. epub L23. South Marlborough NSW 2035 Australia. 8. Meagher Street Marlborough NSW Australia. 61-2-9311-0159. Fax, 61-2-9311-0159. Andre F. at mpx.com.au. hrca.org.au. HRIAC, Human Rights and Equal Opportunity Commission. GPOB 5218 Sydney NSW 1042 Australia. Street address. Level 8, Piccadilly Tower, 133 Castlereagh Street Sydney NSW 2000 Australia. 61-2-9284-9600. Fax, 61-2-9284-9611. Web feedback at humanrights.gov.au. humanrights.gov.au. hreoc.gov.au. EBA, Indigenous Business Australia. epub 38 Woden Act 2606 Australia. 61-2-6285-3031. Fax, 61-2-6285-2348. iba.gov.au. IBF, International Business Forum. epub 1359, Chatswood. NSW 2057 Sydney, Australia. 61-2-9560-0259. Fax, 61-2-9560-0259. IBF at ibf.com. ibf.com. ICA, Institute of Cultural Affairs. 210 Wollongong Road, Arncliffe. NSW 2205 Australia. 61-295-97-6117. ICA-AUSTRALIA.org. ICARE, International Christian Aid Relief Enterprises Limited. 45 Stanley Street, Bankstown, NSW 2200. Australia. 61-2-9708-2566. Fax, 61-2-9708-6107. icare2@ozemail.com.au. ozemail.com.au/icare2. ICC, International Chamber of Commerce. Level 3, North Tower. Rialto Towers, 525 Collins Street, 3000 Melbourne, Australia. 61-3-8608-2072. Fax, 61-3-8608-2547. Publications at iccaustralia.org. iccaustralia.org. ICCT, Indigenous Communities Coordination Task Force. POB. 25 Belconnen Act 2616 Australia. 61-2-6264-4944. Fax, 61-2-6264-3363. Webmaster at icc.gov.au. icc.gov.au. ICE, International Centre for Eye-Care Education. POB 6328. UNSW Sydney, NSW 1466 Australia. Address, Floor 4, Rupert Myers Building, Uni of NSW, Barker Street, Kensington, NSW, Australia. 61-2-9385-7435. Fax, 61-2-9385-7436. ic@ic.org. ic.ws. ICG, International Consulting Group Australia Thai Ltd. Australia. 61-3-9639-2411. Fax, 61-3-9639-2466. info@intcg.com. intcg.com. ICLI, International Council for Local Environmental Initiatives. Level 4, 267 Collins Street, Melbourne, Victoria, 3000 Australia. 61-3-9639-8688. Fax, 61-3-9639-8677. iclei-oceania@iclei.org. iclei.org. ICRC, International Committee of the Red Cross. Suite 104A. Level 1, 55 Grafton Street, Woollera, NSW 2025. Sydney, Australia. 61-2-9388-9039. Fax, 61-2-9388-9042. sydney.sid@icrc.org. icrc.org. ICV, Indigenous Community Volunteers. National Office, GPOB 2213 Canberra, Act 2600 Australia. Street address. Level 4, Novel Building, 71 Northbourne Avenue, Canberra, Act 2600 Australia. 61-2-6122-6444. Fax, 61-2-6122-6470. info@icv.com.au. icv.com.au. IDLO, International Development Law Organization, APRC, Asia Pacific. Regional Center. Glebe Courthouse, 2 Talford Street, Glebe, NSW 2037 Australia. 61-2-8585-6700. Fax, 61-2-8585-6767. aprc@idlo.int. idlo.int. IDSS, International Development Support Services Thai Ltd. Ground floor east, 32 Lincoln Square North. Carlton Vic 3053 Australia. 61-3-9348-2288. Fax, 61-3-9348-2155. IDSS@idss.com.au. idss.com.au. ISS, International Social Service. Australian National Office. Level 2, 313 to 315 Flinders Lane, Melbourne, Vic 3000 Australia. 61-3-9614-8755. Fax, 61-3-9614-8766. ISS@iss.org.au. iss-ssi.org. iss.org.au. IUCN, Australia, National Committee, International Union for Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources. GPOB 528 Sydney, New South Wales 2001 Australia. 61-2-9281-5515. Fax, 61-2-9281-1060. ACIUCN@ausemail.com.au. IUCN.org. IVP, International Volunteers for Peace. 499 Elizabeth St. Surrey. Hills 2010 NSW Australia. 61-2-9699-1129. Fax, 61-2-9318-0918. admin@ivp.org.au. ivp.org.au. IWDA, International Women's Development Agency. POB 64. Flinders Lane, Vic 8009 Australia. Address, 3rd floor, Ross House, 247, Flinders Lane, Melbourne, Vic, Australia. 61-3-9650-5574. Fax, 61-3-9654-9877. IWDA@iwda.org.au. iwda.org.au. JBIC, Japan Bank for International Cooperation. Suite 2501. Level 25, Gateway, 1 Macquarie Place, Sydney. N.S.W.2000 Australia. 61-2-9241-1388. Fax, 61-2-9231-1053. jbic.go.jp. JRS, Jesuit Refugee Service. POB 522 King's Cross NSW. 1340 Australia. 24 Roslyn Street, King's Cross, Australia. 61-2-9356-3888. Fax, 61-2-9356-3021. jesref.org. jrs.org.au. Karanya Trust Children's Home. 10/1 Mowat Street, Quean Bien. NSW 2620 Australia. 439 Packington Street, Vic 3101 Australia. 61-2-6299-0824 61-3-9853-3362. Inquiry at karuniachildrenshome.org. karuniatrust@hotmail.com. karuniachildrenshome.com. CVA karuniatrust.org. Kildonan Child and Family Services. 188 McDonald's Road. Epping, Vic 3076 Australia. 61-3-8401-0100. Fax, 61-3-9408-0501. info@kcfs.org.au. kildonan.unitingcare.org.au. Last First Networks Thai Ltd. POB 1104 Armydale NSW 2350 Australia 61-2-6772-0333 Fax 61-2-6771-4560 info@lastfirst.net. Lastfirst.net searchable catalog of almost 9,000 resources on every aspect of community renewal, social change, peace, aid, and development. Learn for Life Foundation Australia. POB 1198 Roselle NSW 2039. Australia. 61-2-9879-7210. info@learnforlife.org.au. learnforlife.org.au. Leprosy Mission. POB 293, Box Hill Vic 3128 Australia. 61-3-9890-0577. Fax 61-3-9890-0550. tlmost@leprocymission.org.au. leprocymission.org.au. LWA, Land and Water Australia. GPOB 2182 Canberra Act 2601 Australia. 91 Northbourne Avenue. Canberra Act 2612 Australia. 61-2-6257-3379. Fax 61-2-6257-3420. public@lwa.gov.au. lwa.gov.au. LWF, Lutheran World Federation. C/OLCA, 197 Archer St. North Adelaide 5006 Australia. 61-8-8267-7300. Fax 61-8-8267-7310. lca.administration@lca.org.au. lca.org.au. MA, Muslim Aid Australia. POB 404 Lakemba NSW 2195 Australia. 15/16 168 Halden Street Lakemba NSW 2195 Australia. 61-2-9740-4088. Fax 61-2-9740-4143. mail@muslimaid.org.au. muslimaid.org.au. Macquarie University, APRIM, Asia Pacific Research Institute. Sydney NSW 2109 Australia. 61-2-9850-9929. Fax 61-2-9850-9926. aprim@mq.edu.au. aprim.net. Money-minded, financial skills for the future. Australia. moneyminded.com.au. MPI, Mineral Policy Institute. POB 89 Erskineville NSW. 2043 Australia. Level 1, 19 Eve Street Erskineville. NSW 2043 Australia. 61-2-9557-9019. Fax 61-2-9557-8922. mpi@mpi.org.au. mpi.org.au. MRDS, Millennium Relief and Development Services. 6. Christine Avenue, Belair SA 5052 Australia. 61-8-8178-0532. Fax 61-8-8390-1041. Australia@mrds.org. mrds.org. MRSA, Market Research Society of Australia Ltd. Level 1, 3. Queen Street, Glebe NSW 2037 Australia. 61-2-9571-5966. Fax 61-2-9571-5944. MRSA at mrsa.com.au. mrsa.com.au. MSF, Médecins Sans Frontières. POB 847 Broadway NSW. 2007 Australia. Suite C, Level 1, 263. Broadway Glebe NSW 2037 Australia. 61-2-9552-4933. Fax, 61-2-9552-6539. Office at sydney.msf.org. msf.org.au. MSI, Marie Stopes International. GPOB 3308 Melbourne. 3001 Vic Australia. 61-3-9658-7537. info@mariastopes.org.au. mariastopes.org.au. Muddy Australia. 5 Court Street Box Hill Victoria 3128 Australia. 61-3-9890-0211. Admin at mookti.org.au. mookti.org.au. Multicultural Australia. Ground floor, 28 Rangeview Terrace. Bulleen Vic 3105 Australia. 61-3-9326-5867. info@multiculturalaustralia.com.au. multiculturalaustralia.com.au. Murdoch University, etc. Environmental Technology Centre. South Street Murdoch WA 6150 Western. Australia, Australia. 61-8-9360-7310. etc.murdoch.edu.au. MWA, Mission World Aid Inc. POB 1110 Sterling SA 5152. Australia. 61-8-8370-1256. Fax, 61-8-8370-1262. Priya ID at picnoel.com.au. MWB, Mission Without Borders Limited. POB 7533. Silverwater NSW 1811 Australia. 2/14 French. Avenue, Bankstown NSW 2200 Australia. 61-2-9647-2022. Fax, 61-2-9647-1899. mwb.org.au. NAB, National Australia Bank Ltd. Australia. Community at nab.com.au. nabgroup.com. national.com.au. NAFA, Nepal Australia Friendship Association Inc. POB 8113 Wynyam North Queensland 4178 Australia. NAFA SEC at optusnet.com.au. nepalost.org. NCCA, National Council of Churches in Australia. Locked Bag 199 Sydney. NSW 1230 Australia. 379 Kent Street. Sydney NSW 2000 Australia. 61-2-9299-2215. Fax, 61-2-9262-4514. info@ncca.org.au. genc@ncca.org.au. ncca.org.au. NCVR, National Centre for Vocational Education Research. POB 8288, Station Arcade SA 5000 Australia. Street address. Level 11, 33 King William Street Adelaide Australia. 61-8-8230-8400. Fax, 61-8-8212-3436. enkvetter@enkvetter.edu.au. enkvetter.edu.au. Opportunity International. GPOB 4487 Sydney NSW 2001. Australia. Level 4, 220 George St Sydney. NSW 2000 Australia. 61-2-9270-3300. Fax, 61-2-9270-3399. opinfo@opportunity.org.au. opportunity.org.au. Our Community Thai Ltd. POB 354 North Melbourne, Victoria. 3051 Australia. 61-3-9320-6800. Fax, 61-3-9326-6859. service@ourcommunity.com.au. ourcommunity.com.au. Directory of Non-Profit and Community Organisations. Oxfam Australia. 132 Leicester Street, Carlton, Vic 3053 Australia. 61-3-9289-9444. Fax, 61-3-9347-1983. Inquire at oxfam.org.au. oxfam.org.au. Oxfam International. Ounce Child Children Australia Inc. Level 3, 150 Albert Road. South Melbourne, Vic, Australia. 61-3-9695-2200. Fax, 61-3-9696-0507. Ouncechild at ouncechild.com.au. ouncechild.com.au. Ounce Green, Global Rivers Environmental Education Network Australia Inc. First floor, 697 Pittwater Road, DYNSW Australia. 61-2-9984-8917. Fax, 61-2-9981-4956. Ouncegreen at ouncegreen.org.au. ouncegreen.org.au. Palms Australia, Volunteering for a Global Mission. POB 54. Croydon Park, NSW 2133 Australia. 61-2-9642-0558. Fax, 61-2-9742-5607. Palms at palms.org.au. palms.org.au. Partners Relief and Development. POB 13 Alstonville, NSW. 2477 Australia. Info at partnersworld.org.au. partnersworld.org.au. Patrick Rafters Cherish the Children Foundation. POB 9. Zilmere 4034 QLD Australia. 61-73857-0774. Fax, 61-73857-0774. cherishthechildren.com.au. Pax Christi Australia. POB 31 Carlton South 3053 Victoria Australia. 61-3-9379-3889. Fax, 61-3-9379-1711. Pax at paxchristi.org.au. paxchristi.org.au. PC, Productivity Commission. Locked Bag 2, Collins St East. Melbourne, Vic 8003 Australia. Level 28, 35. Collins Street, Melbourne, Vic 3000 Australia. 61-3-9653-2100. Fax, 61-3-9653-2199. Webmaster at pc.gov.au. pc.gov.au. Penn Centre. Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences. University of Technology, Sydney, POB 123 Broadway, NSW 2007 Australia. 61-2-9514-2738. Fax, 61-2-9514-2778. Sydney@pen.org.au, pen.org.au, People Aid. Pop 37 Woodcroft SA 5162 Australia. 61-8-8325-2777. Fax, 61-8-8325-2999. Email aus@peopleaid.org. peopleaid.org. PFI, Prison Fellowship International. POB 579 Eltham, Victoria, 3095 Australia. 61-3-9841-8841. Fax, 61-3-9431-3830. aus.office@prisonfellowship.org.au. pfi.org. prisonfellowship.org.au. Philanthropy Australia, National Membership Organisation for Grant-Making Trusts and Foundations. POB W99, Warringah Mall Brookvale NSW 2100 Australia. Level 10, 530 Collins Street Melbourne Victoria 3000 Australia. 61-3-9620-0200. Fax, 61-3-9620-0199. pa@philanthropy.org.au. philanthropy.org.au. Pioneers of Australia/APCM, Overseas Aid and Relief Fund. 446 New Street Ringwood Vic 3134 Australia. 61-3-9879-2900. Fax, 61-3-9879-6900. info@pioneers.org.au. pioneers.org.au. RIRDC, Rural Industries Research and Development Corporation. POB 4776 Kingston Act 2604. Australia. Level 1, AMA House, 42 Macquarie Street Barton Act 2600 Australia. 61-2-6272-4539. Fax, 61-2-6272-5877. RIRDC@rirdc.gov.au. rirdc.gov.au. RMIT International Thai Ltd. RMIT University, GPOB 2303U. Melbourne Victoria 3001 Australia. Level 6. 255 Bourke Street Melbourne Victoria 3000 Australia. 61-3-9925-5110. Fax, 61-3-9925-5153. epub@rmit.edu.au. Inquiries@rmit.edu.au. rmit.edu.au. RMIT University, Globalism Institute. GPOB 2476V. Melbourne Vic 3001 Australia. 61-3-9925-2000. Globalism@rmit.edu.au. globalism.rmit.edu.au. Timor-Leste. Org, Timor-Leste Research. RMIT University, Timor-Leste Research. GPOB 2476V. Melbourne Vic 3001 Australia. 61-3-9925-2000. helpdesk@rmit.edu.au. timor-leste.org. RMIT University, Timor-Leste Research. GPOB 2476V. Melbourne Vic 3001 Australia. 61-3-9925-2000. helpdesk@rmit.edu.au. timor-leste.org. RSB, Royal Society for the Blind of South Australia. Napman House, 230 Peary Street Adelaide Australia. 61-8-8232-4777. Fax, 61-8-8232-4807. Mail at rsb.org.au. rsb.org.au. Salesian Society Inc. Pub 80 Oakley Vic 3166 Australia. 61-3-9569-0707. Fax, 61-3-9563-2746. salmeses at ozemail.com.au. donbosco.asn.au. Salvation Army. Pub A229 Sydney South NSW 1232. Australia. 61-2-9264-1711. Fax, 61-2-9266-9805. Salvos AUS at aus.salvationarmy.org. Webmaster at au.salvationarmy.org. salvos.org.au. Samaritans. Pub 366 HRMC NSW 2310 Australia. 36 Warrabrook BVD Warrabrook NSW 2304 Australia. 61-2-4960-7100. Fax, 61-2-4960-7160. Reception at samaritans.org.au. samaritans.org.au. Samaritan's Purse. Samaritan's Purse Australia, Ltd, Pub. 6544 Blacktown Business Centre NSW 2148 Australia. 61-2-8811-5544. Fax, 61-2-8811-5556. Australia at samaritan.org. samaritanspurse.org. Save the Children Australia. Pub 340 Fitzroy Victoria, 3065 Australia. Level 6, 250 Victoria Parade East Melbourne. Victoria, 3002 Australia. 61-3-9938-2000. Fax, 61-3-9938-2099. Info at savethechildren.org.au. savethechildren.org.au. SBDC, Small Business Development Corporation. GPOB. C111 Perth, Western Australia 6001 Australia. Address, 553 Hay Street, Perth, Washington 6000 Australia. 61-8-9220-0222. Fax, 61-8-93253981. Info at sbdc.com.au. sbdc.com.au. SCATS, Sri Lankan Study Centre for the Advanced of Technology and Social Welfare. Australia. GPOB. 4229 NN Melbourne, Victoria 3001 Australia. 61-3-4358-0927. Fax, 61-3-8361-7716. scatsrg.org. SCU, Southern Cross University. Pub 157 Lismore NSW. 2480 Australia. 61-2-6620-3000. Fax, 61-2-6622-1300. stuadmin at scu.edu.au. scu.edu.au. Sea Shepherd Conservation Society. Suite 7, 288 Brunswick Street, Fitzroy Vic 3065 Australia. 61-3-9445-0323. Australia at seashepherd.org. seashepherd.org. Tanorama Australia Thai Ltd. Pub 506 Cairns QLD 4870 Australia. 61-7-4055-6457. Fax, 61-7-4055-6983. Info-aus at tannerama.com. tannerama.com. Tier Australia. Pub 164 Blackburn Vic 3130 Australia. 4. Selwood Lane Blackburn Australia. 61-3-9877-7444. Fax, 61-3-9877-7944. info@tier.org.au vic@tier.org.au tirost@tier.org.au tier.org.au THP, The Hunger Project. Level 2, 448 St Kilda Road Melbourne. Victoria 3004 Australia. 61-3-9866-6610. Fax, 61-3-9866-6673. thp@thp.org. thp.org. thp.org.au. TI, Transparency International Australia. Pub 41 Blackburn South Vic. 3130 Australia. 61-3-9877-0369. Fax, 61-3-9877-1628. A1 admin at transparency.org.au toz@transparency.org.au. Transparency.org. Transparency.org.au. Timor Aid/East Timor International Support. Pub 651. Nightcliff Darwin NT 0814 Australia. 61-8-8948-4458. Fax, 61-8-8948-4498. info@timoraid.org. timoraid.org. easttimor.com. TNC, The Nature Conservancy. Suite 3.04, The 60L Green Building, 60 Leicester Street Carlton Victoria 3053 Australia. 61-3-8346-8600. Australia at tnc.org. nature.org. TRO, Tamils Rehabilitation Organisation. Pub 4254 Knox. City Vic 3152 Australia. 61-3-98883899. Fax, 61-3-98883899. tro@net2000.com.au. troonline.org MFI. tro.org.au. UCOA, Uniting Church Overseas Aid. Pub A2266 Sydney. South NSW 1235 Australia. 222 Pitt St. Sydney NSW Australia. 61-2-8267-4269. Fax, 61-2-8267-4222. overseasaid@nat.uca.org.au. overseasaid.org. UNAA, United Nations Association of Australia. 10 O'Sullivan Street. Higgins Act Australia. 61-2-6254-1111. Fax, 61-2-6254-6797. una.org.au. UNICEF, United Nations Children's Fund. Pub A2005. Sydney South NSW 1235 Australia. Level 3303 Pitt Street Sydney NSW Australia. 61-2-9261-2811. Fax, 61-2-9261-2844. unicef@unicef.org.au. unicef.org.au. UNIFEM National Committee, United Nations Development Fund for Women. Pub 249 Mawson. Act 2607 Australia. 61-2-9181-2796. Secretary at unifem.org.au. unifem.org.au. University of Canberra. Canberra Act 2601 Australia. University Drive, Bruce Canberra Act 2617 Australia. 61-2-6201-5111. Fax, 61-2-6201-5999. info@cts.canberra.edu.au. canberra.edu.au. University of Melbourne. Melbourne Victoria 3010 Australia. 61-3-8344-4000. Fax, 61-3-8344-5104. web-info@webcentre.unimelb.edu.au. essay-postgrad@unimelb.edu.au. unimelb.edu.au. University of New England. Armidale, New South Wales 2351. Australia. 61-2-67733333. Fax, 61-2-67733122. webmaker@pawbox.un.edu.au. une.edu.au. University of New South Wales. Sydney, NSW 2052 Australia. 61-2-9385-1000. public.affairs@unsw.edu.au. unsw.edu.au. VU, Victoria University. POB 14428 Melbourne City MC. Victoria 8001 Australia. 61-3-9688-4000. webmaster@vu.edu.au. vu.edu.au. WASIG, Western Australian Sustainable Industry Group. C/O. Centre of Excellence in Cleaner Production, Curtin. University of Technology, GPOBU 1987 Perth WA 6845 Australia. Brodie Hall Building, 1 Turner Avenue Technology Park, Bentley, Washington, Australia. 61-8-9266-4240. Fax, 61-8-9266-4811. wasigg@curtin.edu.au. wasigg.curtin.edu.au. Waterwatch Australia. Australia. 61-2-6274-2797. waterwatch.org.au. Wetlands International. POB 4573 Kingston Act 2604. Australia. Wetlands.org. Oceania.wetlands.org. WHF, World Warren Federation. 487 Mitcham Road, Mitcham. Vic 3132 Australia. 61-3-9873-5050. Fax, 61-3-9874-3618. Inquiry@whoaaron.org. whoaaron.org. Which Christian Online Guides? 50 Roseville Avenue, Roseville 2069. Australia. 61-2-9416-8462. Fax, 61-2-9416-5167. whichchristian.com.au. Australia's most comprehensive source of information about Christian organizations, products, and services. This site contains information about Christian churches, Christian schools, Christian colleges, and Christian missions. WILPF, Women's International League for Peace and Freedom. POG 2064 Redcliffe North, QLD 4020. Australia. 61-4-2732-7890. warchildren@wilpf.org.au. wilpf.org.au. Window on Women. Commonwealth Office of the Status of Women, 3-5 National Circuit, Barton Act 2600 Australia. 61-2-6271-5722. WDW support@pmc.gov.au. Window on women.gov.au. Window on Women, gateway to integrated statistical information about women across a variety of issues relevant to women. Women Portal. Commonwealth Office of the Status of Women. 3 to 5 National Circuit Barton Act 2600 Australia. Fax, 61-2-6271-5751. Women at pmc.gov.au. Women.gov.au. Women.gov.au provides women of Australia with easy-to-find information about government services of specific relevance to women. Women's News. Australia. Women's News at womensnews.net.au. womensnews.net.au. World Bank. Level 19, CML Building, 14, Martin Place, Sydney. NSW 2000 Australia. 61-2-9235-6522. Fax, 61-2-9223-9903. worldbank.org. World Education, Inc. 4/73 Albert Avenue, Chatswood 2067. NSW Australia. 61-2-9419-6911. Fax, 61-2-8456-5961. info@world.org.au. world.org.au. World Relief Australia. POB 974 Ipswich Q 4305 Australia. 61-73036-6254. info@wra.org.au. worldrelief.org.au. World LII, World Legal Information Institute. C/Austel UTS. Faculty of Law, POG 123 Broadway, NSW 2007. Australia. 61-2-95-1431-74. Fax, 61-2-95-1431-68. feedback@worldlee.org. worldlee.org. WVI, World Vision International. GPOB 399C Melbourne. Victoria 3001 Australia. 1 Vision Drive. Burwood East Vic 3151 Australia. 61-3-9287-2233. Fax, 61-3-9287-2427. church@worldvision.com.au. worldvision.com. Oceania. Cook Islands Government Non-Profit Professional Addresses and Websites. ANZ Banking Group Ltd. POB 907, Avarua Rarotonga. Cook Islands. 682-2-1750. Fax, 682-2-1760. ANZCooks@anz.com. anz.com. Chango, Cook Islands Association of NGOs. POB 574. Rarotonga, Cook Islands. 682-2-9420. Fax, 682-2-8420. Kiango@oyster.net.ck.